Brutal Bros Halloween special.
Ooh.
Spooky Bros. Spooky Bros.
Hello, and welcome to the Brutal Bros first ever Halloween special.
Hello.
Yay!
Hello, woohoo.
Spook.
Are you ready to get spooked, everybody? Because this will be
This
terrifically
podcast will contain 18 plus content, scary stories,
scary.
and
Spooky fetuses.
Maybe some rude words.
look
Ooh.
forward to our Halloween film coming out the day after this is out.
Yes, we're releasing it. We're going to record a Halloween film tonight.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be extremely scary.
We've
So
been
lock up your children.
We've been getting
Lock up
ready
your wife.
all day. Been making fake blood, writing scripts.
Fake blood? I thought we were using real blood.
I could actually.
I've bought that sheet for nothing.
I should have bought some hearts. Like you can get them from
Oh, you should have.
I really should have done that.
Actually, I tell you what I tried the other day.
Can't take you seriously.
I'd never had liver in my life,
No.
and I just assumed it'd be gross.
You've
'cause
got one
it's
inside you.
Oh, liver. Yeah, I mean, my liver's probably
I
destroyed.
don't know why. I don't know. It's all meat. It's all animal.
Yeah, the thing is, I tried it. It's actually really nice.
Oh.
When I was away with my band, my vocalist was making like a lamb liver curry thing, and he gave me some liver, and it was like, oh, it was so good. Really nice, just like beef sort of taste.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, to keep the mood spooky, what features do we have for this special?
I might tell a scary story.
Might tell a scary story.
I'm going to look spooky.
We're gonna look spooky on a podcast.
I did makeup today.
Yes.
Some extremely
Oh,
brutal.
wait, you did your beard as well.
Yeah,
Wow.
I made it stripy. In line with this.
Oh, you do that with mine as well.
Oh yeah, your glorious beard, Levi.
We got old men and old man beards. Yeah, it won't actually be us in the film, will it?
No.
Hired actors.
Yeah, we've hired some actors.
Yeah, we've got all the best names. We've got
We've got Richard Hammond.
yeah, playing Levis. We've got
Levis isn't in it, Reuben.
We've oh,
It's
Levi.
Filthy
sorry.
Nathaniel.
Yeah, of course. He's playing Levi in it. Jason Momoa is going to play AJ, and we've resurrected Philip Seymour Hoffman to play me.
What do you mean? You mean play Max? James.
Well,
May
they
will
don't know.
obviously play
They
you.
don't know what's going to be. Did they? Leave? I might be surprised. What's in the film?
Oh yes.
You'll have to watch and find out.
You have to watch it and find out. Yes,
You'd be
indeed.
part of the our BCU, the Brutal Cinematic Universe.
I'm not sure whether we should.
And eventually they're all going to
we
come
should
together.
alarm the area because people might be looking out the windows and see them weirdos chasing with loads of blood and stuff.
That'd be funny, pal. Because then it's
Call the police.
if we're not committing any crimes, we're not going to spend.
No, I guess oh yeah, some people would
I wouldn't
probably
worry.
enjoy it.
What about
I
disturbing
could
the
just put
peace?
it on the
That's not
on the group.
Well, we wouldn't be doing that.
I could put it on the group though.
No, I suppose not.
Yeah.
Like early this evening, we'll be recording a mini horror film, so don't be alarmed.
But it'd be funny if people were alarmed. It's Halloween. It's spooky season.
I
Levi.
suppose.
That's our jobs.
I'm gonna take my BMX.
You take your BMX.
Yeah. You
Okay,
can try
you're
as well,
spooky.
then.
That was a big one.
It was.
It's quite large.
We could film just the top of me. I'll go on the BMX.
I'm trying to I'm doing my best to kind of wake myself up because I don't drink caffeine and haven't done for 2 or 3 years now.
You weakling.
So when I'm tired, often I just wait till I'm not tired, so I just have to rest. So I'm drinking like really sugary decaf tea.
Well, you should do one.
I just don't. I naturally am always tired.
I don't
awake
get
at the
that.
same
I've
time.
never been one of those sorts of people. Like when I was living with the singer in my band, I lived with him for 3 years, and without fail, 9 times out of 10, he would go to bed at like 3 in the morning, get up at 7, and be completely fine. I'm like, how the fuck are you not exhausted? I'd be dead doing that.
That's what I do.
2 or 3 days after doing that, and I'd be dead.
I used to go to sleep like 3-4 every night for work. Get up at about 6-7.
I couldn't do that. I have to go to bed at like 10.
But then I think
I'm working at like
I'm
1
wasting
the
my
next
day.
day.
Because it's like I think like man, my whole life would just be work if I just sleep too early. So I'm just gonna stay up as long as I can.
I don't know. I've always been like, I don't know. Some people just don't get tired. I do get tired, I never used
Everyone
to.
gets
It's only-
tired.
No, I mean, like, some people, like, you never see them, like, tired. They're always awake and, like, ready to do stuff. And it doesn't matter how late it is. I don't know about you, but I get tired just from being awake sometimes. If I've been awake for a long amount of time, I just get tired. And my body's going, you need some sleep now.
I think most of the time I'm in sort of standby, so
Right,
I'm
yeah.
like naturally always sort of like a bit dopey. But as soon as if I need to like release my energy, I can. I can do that. for
Pretty
hours,
energetic.
Yeah, I'm pretty energetic, but I'm just on standby mode.
Yeah, I
most
feel
of
like
the time.
I feel like I'm also like hyper aware of stuff as well a lot of the time, which is mentally exhausting.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
when you're like, because I'm used to people kind of liking things a certain way. So it's I can't put that cup there, that's wrong. And I'm
Right.
thinking at the back of my head like 5 other things. Oh, the bin needs changing. I need to
Right.
wipe down the sides. I need to make sure the toilet's clean. I can't do this, that, or the other. I need to
You don't
make
have to
sure I
clean the
eat this
toilet.
thing. No, but I mean like
You don't even have to take out the bin, Reuben.
no, but the thing is, I do sometimes actually.
You don't have to.
No, but that's not the point. You don't do things because you have to. You do it because it's the right thing to do. Like, because I think if I leave that, someone's gonna come home and start getting mad about it. I don't want that. And after like a whole day of doing that, you just feel like, oh my god, I'm so tired.
Yeah,
Of just thinking about things all the time.
that's a good point.
You know?
I don't really do much most of the time.
Yeah.
So I don't really eat most of the day, but I do. I usually
Yeah.
just eat at night. For some reason, I just don't get hungry until then. Like later on, I'm like, oh man, I need to eat like a massive.
I find if you don't eat before you go to bed, you do feel hungry in the mornings.
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's true or not. People say it's better for you not to eat too soon before going to bed.
Right.
So I think it's like because your digestion has to work twice as hard or something.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the actual statistics are, but I've heard it's not good for you.
I think
But I find it all the time. If I come home and I'm hungry and I go, no, not going to eat, I'm going to go to bed.
Yeah.
Then I actually wake up and I want breakfast. Whereas last night I came home from work and I just ate some bread because all there was. I was desperate for food.
well, that's like,
And then I was just like, I woke up this morning. I wasn't even hungry at all.
yeah, that is a thing.
I'm
Then,
hungry now.
I always wake up in the middle of the night if I don't eat. If I'm sort of slightly hungry, I always wake up in the middle of the night like, my stomach's cramping up. and
Yeah.
stuff. My mouth hurts. So,
Mm.
It's getting stomach cramps from like not eating.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I've got some creepy
Then those people who they wait until they're absolutely starving and then eat like fuck tons. And I'm like, that's so bad for you. But
Yeah, it's
the
really bad.
thing is that eventually your stomach gets used to that and it actually grows. And then it's really hard to lose weight because you've always got that stomach.
Well,
Because
right.
I used to wait till I was like, I didn't really snack or anything. I used to wait till I was like tea time and then just have like a whole pack of mince and like half a pack of spaghetti just to myself and eat all of it. Like a quarter of a block of cheese, eat the whole thing with dessert as well. And then I'd wonder why I put on so much weight when I was in uni.
It sort of depends what I'm doing. If I'm doing a lot of physical activity, I usually sort of snack throughout the day. I
Yeah,
don't have
yeah.
big meals really.
Yeah.
I usually sort of like eat sort of some like medium amounts, but lots of times
Yeah.
it depends sort of like yeah, it does depend.
I mean, the last few days. I mean, I've been in work 5 days in a row. So I just haven't really been eating much. I've had breakfast and gone to work and had a meal there as well, and that's basically my day. So it's like, oh.
What have you made?
I haven't made anything, but actually, sorry, I've found some Halloween riddles.
Halloween
To keep
riddles.
it Halloween
Riddles.
special.
Oh no, okay, I'm
Would
terrible.
you like
at
to hear
riddles.
some?
Yeah.
The person who built it sold it. The person who bought it never used it. The person who used it never saw it. What is it?
Coffin.
So I don't remember anything you just said.
Shattered. Oh,
That's the problem with me with riddles. I can't remember anything. So I hear
Right.
the words, they just go straight at the other side.
the Smith family
Um,
is a very what? What do you want to know?
well, I was just going to explain it to AJ, the riddle. Because
I understand it, but-
it said,
It's very simple. If you-
yeah, the person who brought it didn't use it because you wouldn't use a coffin you brought yourself.
Yeah.
And the person who needed it never saw it because it was brought after he died.
But what if you did buy a coffin?
That could happen. I'd imagine a lot of really rich people
I'd probably do.
or people who are like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know, some
I've got
people
a long
I guess
riddle.
would go
You
and
can
buy
make
a
your own
coffin.
coffin.
Who's this for? Oh, this is for me when I
Like,
eventually
riddle.
die.
I'd rather just probably
Yeah.
be chucked in there without a coffin.
I'd rather just make my own. Because like, they're so expensive, it's like, why am I paying this much for a wooden box? When I could
You
just
don't
make
pay
my
for
own
it though.
wooden
If you
box.
die.
There is, cause, yeah, I do get what you're saying because half of me is like, I've wondered about that sort of shit myself. Half of me is like, oh no, we need to respect the dead. We need to, make sure they're dressed in clothes they would have liked, put makeup on them, make sure they're buried in a really nice coffin. The other half of me goes, well, one, they're dead. We're
Well,
never going to see
actually,
them
yeah, that's
again.
what I- that's
And
what
also,
I'm
this
feeling
really nice wooden like thing you've constructed is just going to get buried. You're going to
Another-
see it for half an hour at the
Yeah.
funeral, and that's it. Like,
Well,
what
I'm
waste
not
of
really
money?
that bothered about like once I'm dead. Like I'm not really that bothered with what's done with
Once
me.
I'm dead, I'm
'Cause I don't
bothered.
really care about my. Once I'm
I've-
dead, I'm dead.
yeah,
I've
like,
got more riddles before.
I think it'd be quite
We're
funny.
talking
like,
about death, Levi. That's Halloween.
It is pretty Halloweeny. Well, there's actually this place, and they keep the dead bodies. They keep them in their house.
Really?
Yeah,
That's cool.
because they don't believe that they actually die. Well, when someone
That's a bit
dies,
weird.
they're not scared of dead bodies. And I was watching it, and you could see all the dead bodies, and they sit them in like armchairs in their living rooms, like their grandmas, and just keep them there.
I like,
That's fucked.
what do you call it?
I've
Who's
got
that,
a long.
who's that
I'm-
guy? The punk dude. He died of heroin.
Oh, Gigi Allen.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I love the way he.
Because they all just like spat on him and stuff,
But,
and just
he wasn't preserved.
dishevelled the corpse.
Because they didn't put any preservatives in his body, so he just like swelled up and he's like rotting from the inside out. It's so funny, man. I'd love that in my funeral.
It's
Just stink out the whole
gross.
thing. It's like,
But like you hear about that, don't you? Like, because bodies, when they decompose, they fill with gas and they become
Yeah.
bloated. Apparently, when you bury a body, think about someone, right? You really cared about who's now dead and buried. Their corpse has probably exploded. It's like, oh, it's so bad to think about. But it's like,
that's
yeah.
funny,
I'd
man.
like to explode.
I'd love to sort of be left out, and then just if somebody could time my funeral, if like we can get some scientists to figure out like what sort of time you'd explode.
Well,
If I had my
this is
funeral
like
when that
after
exploded.
several. This is like years.
That
Though.
would be pretty cool.
You waited a couple of years, just pretending I was still alive, and then just, oh, here he is. There's like
There'd be
rotting.
blood everywhere.
Oh
I
god,
want a
eruption of
see-through
blood.
coffin.
full of like
A
maggots
glass
and stuff.
coffin would be pretty cool. So you could see through it.
I really do have them.
I've got a long story riddle here.
Okay.
I'd like to
Okay.
hear.
I'll let Reuben do this. I'll sip my beer.
You've got the last one. You can do it.
If I
Shattered glass. The Smith family is a very wealthy family that lives in a big, circular home. One morning, Mr. Smith woke up and found his mirror had been shattered. He knew it was one of his employees who had done it, so he asked them what they were doing in the morning, and he got these replies. Driver, I was outside washing the car. Maid, I was... Oh, my stupid phone's fucked up. Hang on a second. Maid, I was dusting the corners of the house. Cook, I was
It was the
starting
maid.
to make lunch. You fucking let me finish the riddles, you pricks.
Yeah, but the house is round. It has no corners.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but you could let me finish the riddle.
Yeah, I mean, like,
No, shut up,
you
Reuben.
know,
Shut
you
up,
know,
Reuben.
don't you?
You meant to say the answer
No,
after I
shut
finished the riddle.
Oh, okay.
Not whatever, fine.
But then you press the buzzer, like we're trying to.
Yeah,
get in
because
there,
if it was in a
Son
quiz
of
show,
a
someone would
surgeon.
beat it.
If it was a quiz show, like we.
Alright, fair enough.
It's who gets it first,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
who gets it right, yeah. But it also has to be right.
It's
though.
right,
It's whoever gets the right answer first.
Son of a surgeon, a man was driving with his son in his car. They got into an accident and were in critical condition. 2 ambulances. Oh, stupid phone, it's fucking glitching.
Why don't you use the iPad on your lap then? That actually works properly.
I'll have to get it.
Can we talk about
You
dead
have to
bodies?
pick it up from your lap.
While you get it there.
What
Yeah,
I'm
well,
just not talking at all then if I'm doing all this.
that's okay, you're in the middle in a minute.
No.
No.
Stupid.
What was I going to say? Yeah, I was going to say, like, I'll write a will, sure, but I mean, I'm going to be dead, so I'm not really going to know what's going on.
I'd like mine to be sort of comedic.
Yeah.
My funeral.
Well, that's the point, actually, because I was going to say,
I want a comedian to
you
perform
could
mine.
come, oh, definitely, yeah. You could come back as a ghost. Why are ghosts scary?
I don't know.
Because it's something that shouldn't be. It's because it's a dead thing that is moving around and it's
But-
not predictable.
They
Yeah,
can't
they
handle
can't-
it.
The thing is, like, the problem with ghosts is the rules that like, ghosts can follow.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like, and there's so many different like. I don't really believe in ghosts. I don't think.
No, I don't.
I don't really think there's
No.
any evidence for them. But at the same time, if they were to exist, under what rules would they existed? Can
Well,
they
'cause
interact with the world around them? Can they not? There's always different
I don't
stories.
know.
Is there gravity?
There's all the traditional sort of,
I've got it back.
like, ideas in there, like,
Mm.
you know, they can move through walls and stuff, but they're not physical. They're just like spirits. So it's
Mm.
like,
Why is
why
that
is
scary?
it in like exactly? Like, why is it in stories and films someone goes, a ghost, I'm gonna hit you, and the hand goes through them, and you just be like, oh, do you want to try that again, mate? I think if you got haunted, it would be more annoying
Well,
than
I don't think
scary.
our, I
yeah.
don't think our
I think
horror
it'd just
film
be-
is going to be any
I
better.
think you'd just be pissing them off. Like, if
You would.
ghosts are like do get angry and stuff, I'll just like leave them alone, leave them to do their business, because
Yeah.
I don't want to be pissing them off, because then they could start like messing with me and stuff.
You
I'll
get
just, like,
possessed.
it's just like with anybody in life. I wouldn't
Well-
start just like annoying somebody.
Have you heard
Do
of
your house, though.
Have you heard of the Houdini
Not
mansion? in California.
No.
So it used to be where Harry Houdini lived.
Right.
And then it became a recording studio, and that's where like Rick Rubin records most of his bands, like Slayer, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Slipknot have been there. Loads of people have been there. And when Slipknot recorded there, apparently the mansion was meant to be haunted, and
Right.
Corey Taylor was saying like, oh, you know, I hated it there. It was so weird. Doors would open by themselves or close, or you would hear
Weird.
voices in a room where no one was staying.
Right.
And he said, I hated it so much. It was so fucking weird.
Pretty cool.
I can't remember which one it was. It might have been Corey, it might have been Jim Root. They left after like 3 days and stayed in a hotel instead because it was
Right.
too weird. But apparently John Frusciante stayed there with the Chili Peppers and he made friends with a ghost. It's just like, oh,
But
okay.
what part of that is suggestion? Like, if
I think
you
that's
hear,
true.
I think a lot of things. If you hear that, if you have in your mind that something's haunted, you're gonna
Yeah.
your brain is automatically gonna find any slight thing that happen.
Yeah.
It will
yeah.
find like connections because my door opens like in the room. It's
Yeah,
wind,
it's called
you know?
wind. Yeah.
Wind blows, the door opens. You know, but if you have in your idea it's a haunted house, wind blows. Ah, that's a ghost. And I think a lot of it might have to do with that. Just the
Yeah.
power of suggestion, like magicians use. It's very.
Yeah.
Oh, there's some more news. I've got
Oh,
some
yeah.
news, very important news.
Okay.
James Randi died recently.
Who's that?
James Randi was a great well, he didn't like to call himself a magician, but he was like a conjurer because he'd like to say, I'm not actually performing magic. I'm just like performing an illusion. You know what I mean?
Oh, an illusionist.
No, he's a magician.
Yeah,
but,
they're the same, but
Yeah.
like they do more like.
but I think
Cool
he's just saying
things.
it's just the power of suggestion.
Yeah.
No magician's actually magic. You
No,
know,
obviously.
and he did loads of stuff on
Isn't that, yeah.
psychics and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
cold readers. That dude is Uri Geller and spoons, and then
Oh, yeah.
there's also this church thing where it's like spiritual healing sort of service.
Mm.
And they actually found out that before the service they paid like thousands of pounds to go to this church to get themselves cured
Yeah.
by God or whatever. And but before they went in, they wrote on the card like a little message to God or whatever. Before they went in the door about what that name is, where they lived, and what they were suffering with.
Right, yeah.
And so the wife collected them all up of the guy who was doing his little sermon thing, and she basically had like a little headpiece on, was radioing to the guy, telling him, okay, he points at a lady and she said, oh, that's Maria. She has this problem. He's like, oh, I'd love to.
Wow.
Yeah, it was so bad, and it was like
That's
manipulation, and these old people paying all this money, and it's like, wow, like. It's
Yeah.
it's craziness. Like he just tapped into a radio signal, so you could hear the wife. Like
The thing is,
Like-
it gives Christians a bad name.
yeah,
Yeah.
'Cause they're not all like that. There's only a
No, of
select
course
few
not.
who are just evil people.
exactly.
But it's in any institution or like faith or company or whatever, there's always the arsehole who just takes
We-
advantage of people.
Well, this dude's making
He's
4 million a
riddled.
year doing this.
Mm.
That's a lot of money. Fraud.
I've got
Anyway, that's
some
pretty
more
spooky.
Halloweeny stuff as well.
He could be being tricked.
Son of a surgeon.
Son of a
This
snitch.
is the same one again, but my phone. Piece of shit. A man was driving with his son in his car. They got into an accident and were in critical condition. 2 ambulances from 2 different hospitals arrived. The man is taken to one hospital and his son to a different one. The doctor walks into the operating room, looks at the little boy and says, I can't operate on this boy. He is my son. How can this be?
His dad's the surgeon.
No. Room?
His mum.
Yep, the doctor is the boy's mum.
Oh.
Shame on you, AJ. You assumed
Halloween
the doctor
treat.
had to be a man.
Well, Reuben, you...
I was almost there.
Halloween treats. How do you spell candy in 2 letters?
I don't know.
C and Y. Canned.
Oh,
no, that's terrible.
That's so
That's
like
terrible.
that's just barely like clinging
Feet.
on to making any amount of sense.
Yeah.
Feet.
Uh,
Eyes and
Watch the
light.
cable,
Levi.
Levi.
There we go.
Oh, that's it. So you had to shoot up in flames then.
No, compressor.
Details in life.
I have no feet to dance. I have no eyes to see. I have no life to live or die. But yet I do all 3. What am I?
I'm a jellyfish.
No. Go on, Reuben.
Can you say it one more time? No feet to
I
dance.
have no feet to dance. I have no eyes to see. I have no life to live or die. But yet I do all 3. What am I?
A puppet.
So he dances, lives. What was it again after dance? You're saying it very quickly.
I have no feet to
To- right,
dance.
Dance. What's the second one?
I have no eyes to see.
See.
You understand it?
Dances,
I've
sees,
no-
and lives.
Yeah.
I've got no idea.
5.
Oh.
Night creatures.
Hmm.
If you see one flying around, you better be careful at night, as some turn into vampires and will give you a neck big bite. What are they?
Vampires?
No.
Humans.
No.
What?
Bats.
Oh.
What?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
not
yeah.
clever. That's just stupid.
Grave men.
That's like saying,
What, this was
what has fur and barks? A dog. It's like, well, yeah.
Two men are walking in a graveyard.
Sounds like Mr. Bean.
Oh no, the first man walks into a grave. The second man says, "Who is in that grave?" The first man points to the grave and says, "Brothers and sisters, I have none. But that man's father is my father's son. Who is in the grave?"
What? What? That sounds like two different riddles just splashed together.
I'll try to read it properly.
The man's already in the.
So yeah, so
Sounds
basically,
like-
two men are walking in a graveyard.
Yeah.
The first man walks to a grave. The
Yeah.
second man says, "Who is in
Who's
that
in there?
grave?" The first man points to the grave and says, "Brothers and sisters, I have none. But that man's father is my father's son. Who is in the grave?"
So that man's father is my father's son. What?
His brother.
What does that mean?
Oh, his cousin.
That
Hang on,
man's
so-
father is
hang
my
on.
father's son refers to the speaker since he's pointing to the grave. It means
Is it an
he's in the
uncle?
grave.
His uncle.
No, I just said who it was.
I didn't understand.
Wait,
what you
I'm just reading the answer.
Oh.
That man's father is my father's son refers to the speaker. Since he's pointing to the grave, it means he's in the grave.
But he's not. He's still inside the grave.
That's what it says.
said. Wait, so if he's his father's son, no, hang on.
It
How-
doesn't
how-
make
how-
any logical sense.
It does.
What? Can you
If
just read
he's
the bit?
down-
Can you just read the bit about the father? I'm trying to figure out what that actually means.
So,
What? His granddad?
this is gonna cause them.
Two
Hang on.
men are walking in
No,
the
no,
grave.
no, no, no. Just the bit about the father's son's fucking
But
whatever.
it all comes together though. You don't have to fucking it's riddles and they all come together.
No, but can you just
First
explain?
man walks to a grave.
Yeah. He says, "Who's in there?"
Yeah.
Brothers and
The
sisters, I
second-
have
no,
none.
no,
And
no.
then
The
what?
second man says who's in the grave. The first man points to the grave and says, "Brothers and sisters, I have none. But the man's father is my father's son."
So if that man's father is his father's son, what relation would he actually be?
It says
then?
here.
His granddad.
Well, it says in the answer that that man's father is my father's son refers to the speaker.
No, I'm really confused
Since
what that
he's
means.
pointing to
It's
the
just
grave.
that sentence. It doesn't make any sense to me. That man's father is my father's
Can you
son.
read some riddles out so I can get some?
That man's father is my what? So it's his uncle.
Oh, that makes sense. So
What?
that's just
Doesn't make
basically a
any
double
fucking
negative,
sense at all.
Yeah.
pretty much. It's saying my dad is my dad's son. So like I am my
What?
dad's son. That's basically what it's saying.
So his dad is his own son.
No, he's his son. He's his.
This
His
really
dad is.
fucks with my brain.
He's his son. He's his.
I understand that, but it doesn't.
He's
really
his
make sense.
dad's son.
I
He's
don't know
his
why
dad-
this is so confusing.
Reuben, you're dad's son, aren't you?
Yeah.
So your
But the-
father is your father's son. No, your father is your son. I don't know.
Your father is your.
Do you see why it's
yours-
so
No,
confusing?
it's stupid.
Because
It's
my
a stupid
dad can't
riddle.
be his own son.
Your
How?
no,
It doesn't
you're
make
no,
sense.
you're his son. Your son is you're
It
yours.
doesn't make much sense.
You are your father's son.
That riddle is logically flawed, though. Because you can't. How can you be in the grave and be standing outside the grave at the same time?
No, that's bollocks. That one. That's just
that
stupid.
doesn't work.
I can see
I want you
what,
to read some.
I can
so
see
get
what
some.
they're trying to say, but it doesn't make any sense.
Can you read the next one?
Yes.
Oh, I'm really
Hotel
bad at riddles.
confusion. In a hotel, a man was sleeping when he heard a knock on the door. He shifted the blanket and stepped down from the bed. He walked to the door and opened it to find a stranger standing outside. Upon opening the door, that stranger said, "Pardon me, I must have made a mistake. I thought this was my room."
Because he knocked on the door.
The
And
strange-
it was his room. He knocked on the door.
Yeah, exactly.
I've known that one before. But...
Growing through the years. I'm tall when I'm young, I'm short when I'm old, and every Halloween I stand up inside jack-o'-lanterns. What am I?
Candle.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Strange noises. This place has hardly any lights, but a lot of creaking floors. There are all kinds of strange noises and some random slamming doors. What is it?
The wind.
No, this is a really stupid one.
A ghost.
Random slamming doors.
Probably thinking about it too
A
hard.
person. A person just walking around.
No,
Ghosts.
A mouse.
no, it's a place, isn't it?
The house.
Yeah, what kind of house?
Haunted house.
That is such
It's
rubbish.
one of those
Pretty
stupid
rubbish,
ones. It's like, what's a park that has dinosaurs in it? Oh, Jurassic Park.
No,
Fuck's
the
sake.
next one might be good. I think they're meant to get better as you go on.
That's it.
You can go on to other ones then. Just press back and there's loads of other ones.
Rubbish. A
Well,
lot of them were just
You could just get
absolute
some normal
rubbish.
riddles because riddles are pretty spooky generally, in a way.
13 Halloween riddles for kids.
What is that? Is that
This
an
is from a website called
Yes.
I'm Mom. But it's literally called
Reuben.
I'm Mom's, but
axe?
MLM.
There's an axe in here.
An axe.
What the heck?
You can't be
with
black
that.
metal without a good
Oh
weapon.
my god.
AJ, put that down.
It's not
Please.
sharp.
You can't take that outside.
No,
I'm
no.
not. It's like,
I've got a rubber one.
That's
Don't.
literally
keep
against
it
the
blunt,
law.
honestly.
Please.
Why are you
Out the way
scared
of
of it,
Because
Levi?
I'm scared you're going to cut your hand off.
Look, feel how blunt
Levi,
it
you,
is.
even if it was really sharp, you'd have to actually try to cut your hand
That's
off. You
probably
couldn't
better
just do
than
it
the
by
button.
No,
hand.
back in the day they used to shave with axes.
Oh, I
Yeah.
haven't sharpened that.
But they
one,
wouldn't
no.
be like swinging it about around their head.
It's
would
very
they?
late. It's very light, isn't it?
Axes aren't that heavy. Yeah. You can't be truly black metal without a weapon for. I would sharpen it, but no.
Go
Once I
on.
get a car,
To get a
Okay.
car?
What does what
go chop down some trees.
what does a witch do when she goes to a hotel?
Watch thing. Sleeps. Just uses the hotel as a normal any person.
Nope.
Oh, which is humans? No, they're not, are they?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, they are. You know, they've got magical powers. The
What does she
have a
do?
pedal.
What can you get at a hotel?
Was the witch in a hotel?
I don't understand.
Just go to sleep.
Just
Has
lives in a
bath.
hotel.
No, she
Think
can't
about
have a
think about
Room
witches.
service,
What
why
do
not?
witches have?
Why can't she have a
Hats.
bath?
Yeah, and
Long noses.
maybe
Green.
bath.
sometimes.
They wear clothes.
She's very nosy at the
You think she's
hotel.
washing your clothes?
She
Maybe.
nosy at the hotel.
You're thinking about it too hard.
She nosy at the hotel.
Oh, she's getting
No.
ingredients for a potion.
No. No. What does a witch
She'd make
ride
her own
on?
riddles.
A broomstick?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, she's
What's
getting a
cleaning
broomstick.
up?
She's cleaning.
No. What do you when you go to a hotel?
Yeah.
What do you order?
Room service. A room.
Really,
a
really
maid.
close with room service.
A
Think
maid.
of a
A
pun.
cleaner.
Yeah, broom service.
A what?
Broom
I've
service.
never even heard of that.
It's a joke, Levi, isn't it? She orders broom service.
Oh.
A hard broom witch.
These are jokes, not riddles.
I said riddles on the
Okay,
page.
next one, Reuben.
Okay, I'll just...
Two vampires ran a race and crossed the finish line at almost the same time. How did the race end?
It didn't. Well, if
Well,
it, was it
ended.
light? Was it outside?
No.
The vampires would have, because the vampires would have gone. Ah, the sun.
Yes.
So I don't think anything happened. What do you mean? Wait,
They
can you read it?
slipped.
How did? Wait, so they both won. They both drawed.
Drew.
They drew even. Sorry.
Pretty much the same time, yeah.
Right. Pretty much. What do you mean pretty much? They did or they don't?
Well, it says they crossed the finish line at almost the same time.
How did the race end?
One of them won.
No. Think of it if you're like a racing commentator and you're watching.
Stop.
Oh, they're and something.
Crossing the line.
No.
One.
Because there's and in the middle of that sentence. Something and something.
What, Bob and Dick, whatever their name was.
If they're really no, if two races are really close together. Oh
I
look,
think we're
they're and
massively,
something.
we're massively overanalyzing a kid's joke.
Yeah, you are.
right
It's
now.
really, really
I'm
simple.
really dumb. I can't get this, AJ.
Neck and neck.
What?
Neck and neck.
For God's sake.
No.
These aren't riddles, Reuben. These are just
They're,
jokes.
they're like kids.
You're
movies.
right. Okay. You have to get this one. This one's really, really obvious.
All right then.
You're in a room and there is a ghost in the room, but you're the only one in the room. How is this possible?
Because ghosts aren't real. Ghosts aren't people.
No.
It's a ghost. You're the only one in the room. Yeah, it's a ghost. You're the only real living person.
You are the
No.
ghost.
What the fuck?
That's stupid.
What's the problem with twin witches?
They look ugly, probably.
You never know which witch is which.
These are like jokes.
These are not riddles.
Give me a joke.
These are definitely not
Why not
riddles.
find something actually scary?
Look up spooky boys. Look up spooky toilet scenes.
What scary facts?
Bloodies.
Or facts you wish weren't true?
You should just read Carcass lyrics there. They're pretty
15
weird.
creepy facts.
Gruesome.
Oh, these are good. A human head remains conscious for around 20
Yeah.
seconds after being decapitated.
That is so cool.
How do they know that though? How do they figure that
Because
out?
they tested it. Those people get
How
beheaded.
do they know? Maybe
Do they like
maybe
shine lights
real
in the
probes.
eyes and let the pupils out? Or something?
Yeah, but that mu- yeah.
Maybe they got some really depressed person volunteers.
They get them to say, "Oh yeah, I'm alright, guys," after it's been chopped off.
He hasn't got any vocal cords.
No, they
Or
probably
vocal, sorry,
like a
vocal
brain scan
folds.
and they can
Like, that's the
say-
point. Did you know that vocal cords aren't actually real? They're more folds.
Yeah, they're like
So now
ribs, aren't
they're
they?
technically called vocal folds.
Next.
Vocal cords that we used to think they were called.
Any other spooky ones?
Alright then, Mr. Speed along the train. A
Speed
body
Ultra.
decomposes 4 times faster in water than on land. Well, yeah,
A what? Sorry.
That makes sense.
because the skin will just slough off.
A what?
wouldn't it? A body decomposes 4 times faster. Yeah.
You won't dry off, either.
Right. You ready?
Yep.
Within 3 days of death, the enzymes from your digestive system begin to digest your body.
Oh.
Oh.
That's really cool. Mm.
About 153,000 people worldwide die every day.
So eventually, would you just turn into a pile of pee?
Well, I don't know. I suppose.
That one isn't really a scary
Came
fact.
from
It's kind of just
shit.
like, well, yeah,
Just shit we shall
loads
go.
of people die every day. I don't, that's not really scary or anything.
Well, double that number of 1 every day.
That's scary. That's
So-
more scary to me, actually. Than
When a
people die.
person dies, their sense of hearing is the last to go. Oh, okay.
Oh. Then so we hear everybody cheering in the background. Like, yay!
Well, this is actually true. Nobody has ever died of old age, only from
No.
diseases brought on by old age.
Yeah.
You can't die just from being old.
No.
No.
Something goes wrong. Men who are hanged get a... I'm not reading.
Please read it.
Please
Read
I'm
it.
not, no.
Read it.
We
No,
said
I
it was
don't want
18
to.
plus.
You
Can I have a
can't,
look at it then?
you can't
Can I
make...
have a look at it
Fine,
then?
I'll read them.
We did a disclaimer.
Men who
Yeah.
are hanged get a death erection known as rigor erectus.
Rigor Erectus. That'd be a great band name.
That's a...
That is weird.
That'd be a great Grunkle band name.
In some cases, bodies develop a corpse wax
Corpse
that
wax.
can preserve the remains for years.
Corpse wax.
They must have had such oily skin.
Oh,
That's horrible.
You
Corpse wax.
Corpse wax.
Can you imagine that? You're like 14, you take any job you could find, you work in the morgue, and the guy
Oh.
runs and goes, right then, you go down and start waxing the corpses. Like, ooh,
Look at
no.
my son it. Mac is like, oh, these men need to get oiled, Charlie.
Oh, yeah.
Oil up the beefcakes.
Oh, I just remembered, we did have an exciting musical moment.
Oh yes. Forensic scientists can tell how long it has been since death by looking at the species of insect on the body. Oh.
God.
Ooh.
That's pretty cool.
The skin around the finger and toenails dries and contracts after death, making it look as though they have grown. Yeah, because that was a rumour doing that for a while, wasn't it? That
Yeah,
your
yeah.
fingernails keep growing, they actually don't. Dead bodies swell up like balloons after about 4 days due to the release of gases and
4
liquids.
days.
That's a lot less than what I thought it was.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
The Zoroastrian Parsi community in India offers its dead to vultures rather than burying/burning them.
That's cool.
The
Vultures are cool.
Turritopsis dawny jellyfish is officially known as the only immortal creature in the world.
It's immortal.
It lives forever. They
That's 'cause
actually
it's
do.
basically a
They do
plant.
actually live forever.
They're not actually they're like plants though, really.
They're animals because they're not.
Yeah, but
same
yeah, I know, but they don't have a
class
brain.
as
They don't have a
plants.
brain. They don't have a heart.
Yeah.
They are similar.
It's strange.
More than 7,000
Aliens.
people die annually due to doctors' bad handwriting.
Wait,
That
wait,
is
how many people?
terrifying.
How many people?
7,000
That's not many
What?
people.
compared to like
That's like
150.
It shouldn't happen at all, though.
people
Really,
die
should it?
daily.
Like, I don't. That's really weird.
Left-handed people die 3 years earlier than right-handed people. Why?
Why? Are you? Oh,
Is it more
right-handed.
strain on that arm because that's the side of your artery is or something?
I don't think it's superior to be right-handed though.
No, it's just right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Musical
Do
moment.
we want to do a musical moment?
Yeah, I'm swearing for you to hear this. I'm sure AJ
Musical
is too.
moments.
We recorded this last week, didn't we?
Moments of music.
Oh, is that why we're doing this?
Yeah.
Oh, no way, okay.
What's
Yeah,
this?
Reuben,
What's this?
this is our one.
Oh, no.
Reuben, we recorded
Oh,
this
shit,
when
I feel
Reuben,
bad for Reuben.
we recorded this when Reuben was away, didn't we?
Yep, when I was away in the West Country.
Are you ready, Reuben? You got to rate it up brutal
This
both
is the
points.
best
Right, Reuben,
Alright,
are you ready?
country.
Here we go. I'm gonna take one of your earphones off. I'm gonna take one of your earphones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it very spooky?
Echo. As well. Levis and Mowgli.
Oh.
This is the bit we actually tried to sing.
Yeah. This is truly terrible. Well, this is your turn, isn't it? Oh, no.
This town is coming like a ghost town. Why must the youth fight against themselves?
Oh, Reuben.
Government leaving youth on the shelf. This place
Pay attention to
is
this.
coming
Yeah, I'm
like a
listening.
ghost
Very
town.
interesting.
No jobs to be found in this country. Don't go home no more. The people getting angry.
Oh man.
My first one, man.
It's coming like a ghost town. It's coming like a ghost town. It's coming like a ghost Levis and AJ! Yes, we did a recording! Ghost
Yay!
Wow, what an experience.
Brutal breakpoint time, Reuben.
Well,
Simon.
it's the voices that make it. It's all the layering of different characters.
Yeah, we did all Mowgli, got
So-
Levis in there.
Yeah,
else
Mowgli,
we got?
Levis, me, you.
We got that Filthy the Family.
Oh yeah, I think
Feature.
it wasn't actually. What do you
Okay.
rate it, Reuben?
So,
You are one life, please.
ouch. I will rate it
Stabby stabby.
665
Ooh.
points out of 700.
That's really shit.
That's pretty good. Pretty good score.
Wait, we only got six. Wait, what? 600 out of 700.
Yeah.
660.
I thought you said 60 out of 700.
No.
I was like, what, Reuben?
Honestly, do you even listen?
Shut up, Reuben. I was listening.
Yeah.
That was pretty terrible, actually.
It was fun to record
It
though.
was very fun. So, what?
So,
So, moving on,
some more
we have
Special
some really
stuff.
scary events coming.
spooky.
Some activities. Wow. Is that,
This is what I do. I stick it in someone and you go,
You rattle the birds.
and then they go, "Ah, ah." Yeah.
That makes sense.
It's maybe this will be my back metal weapon.
Good idea.
Stabby, stabby. Butter knife. You use butter knife actually. Or cheese knife even.
It's not really sharp
Full of
enough
holes.
to cheese.
Yeah, I could chop cheese with it.
Really?
Yeah, it's useful.
It's good.
To sharpen it a bit as well.
That's true. So, Mr. Reuben, have you been up to anything fun recently?
No,
Okay,
Have you been
I've
up to
been,
anything
I've,
spooky?
I've been at work.
depressing.
Have you
It is
got-
depressing, but you know.
Have you got followed by anybody? Spooky looking.
No, not really. I mean, we had someone bang on the door of the restaurant trying to get in.
Really?
Yeah.
Stop making noise, Levi.
We had someone
Shut up, Adrian.
last night having a go at all of us for something stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you can't really do
That's
anything
spooky.
because, you know, what can you do? You don't have to do anything. That's the point. You know, because you're safe.
Yeah.
Nothing's gonna happen to you. If a customer has a genuine complaint, then obviously you should listen to them seriously. But this guy was just prattling on about such bollocks,
Right.
and it was just like, and he was refusing to wear a mask as well. So
Was he a male version of? Was it like a male Karen, basically?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's always. Why is it always for certain types of people? Right. Why is it always these stupid idiots?
They just, you know,
They're assholes, and I think they're just idiots.
They try to make things problems.
Yeah, be like, oh, I won't wear a
Yeah,
mask.
I mean-
and then I'll cause a massive disturbance.
similar thing happened the other day. Someone we wouldn't let them in because he wasn't wearing a mask.
Right.
And one of the managers said, "Look, mate, to be quite honest with you, your safety is not my number one concern.
No.
I'm trying to protect my staff.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, if you don't want to wear a mask, you can go and you can just go somewhere else. But good luck finding you.
Well, they have you have a right to refuse service.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
Like, you, people aren't entitled to. That's the thing people don't seem to understand. You're not
Yeah.
entitled to get served.
Mm.
They can refuse to serve you.
Yep.
If they have their own rules in the restaurant,
Yeah.
that's the rules they have. To
You have
follow.
to have a reason to do it. And 9 times out of 10, someone being rude to you isn't a reason to not serve them. If they're being abusive, especially physically, and obviously, you know, get rid of them.
Yeah.
Diffuse the situation quickly.
Well, you wouldn't go into a shop being naked, would you?
No.
You wouldn't like walk into a shop naked and then wonder why you're being kicked out.
Well, that's an odd thing because personally, I wouldn't really care. I'd just be like, oh, it's an A guy.
Yeah.
Like, he's not hurting anyone.
Well, exactly, but it's still the shop's rules. So
Mm.
if it's their rules to like, it's like restaurants can put dress codes in.
Yeah.
So like, I don't necessarily agree with it, but at the same time,
They're a
people
restaurant,
getting all like pissy about wearing a mask. It's like, well, restaurants and any shops and everything have had rules forever. Like,
Yeah.
why are you complaining now about these rules? Like,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
always been these rules.
Th-
set in
that's
How
the
would
thing, though.
McDonald's ensure that the person doesn't have like an asthma or anything without just thinking they're lying?
Well, I don't know. I
That's
don't-
why only have medical reasons.
Well, you can't get served at like other ways for. There are other ways to sort of go to a restaurant. Like, you don't have to go into a restaurant.
You just get it delivered.
Yeah, get it delivered.
You
or
have to
you-
pay for
yeah.
that, the delivery.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like, I don't know. Just wear a mask. Like, don't.
Yeah,
don't
It
be stupid,
really
don't
isn't
be an idiot.
hard.
And most people don't have a health condition. They're just trying to be difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
But I also heard though, if someone doesn't wear a mask, you can't then challenge them. You have to.
No, shops have actually said that they're not going to stop people from coming in if they don't have a mask on.
Yeah. But
Right.
like, if they have a reason to, you just have to believe them. And I'm
Right.
like, no, I have some fucking evidence.
Yeah, I want some evidence.
Like, sorry, but I mean,
Be like,
I don't know. Is that too harsh to say?
No.
You have to have a card on you to
Or just,
say
like, say-
why you,
or just
or
have
give you some sort of reason why you
doctor's
should
letter
wear
or
a mask.
something like that.
Yeah.
Not that difficult. Or just a photo of a doctor's letter. That's all you need.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like, that's the problem is with all this stuff. Is it's like, why are you making such a big fuss? It's not even that big of a deal having to wear a mask. Like, really, it's.
I
really,
feel like as well.
like not.
You could probably take people's word if someone's being really nice about it. Oh no, say if you're going on a bus,
Yeah.
and the first thing the person says is, "Oh, I've got a mask on because I've got asthma,"
Yeah.
but you're really nice about it, and the driver probably just go, "Okay,
Exactly.
fair enough, mate. Just don't sit close to anyone else."
Yeah. You're
Um,
not allowed to do anyway, do you? On the bus.
Yeah, I know. I mean, like, well, you know what I mean. If the person starts going, they get on, and the driver goes, "Mate, have you got a mask on you?" "Oh no, I'm not wearing a mask." I said,
Yeah.
"It's my right." I feel like if you had a genuine reason to not wear a mask, you wouldn't be so defensive about it.
No.
You would just be
Yeah.
calm and
Well, I
nice
think
about it.
that's true of a lot of things.
You wouldn't feel the
Yeah.
need to be so aggressive.
Yeah.
No. Well, if you're genuinely, there's no need to, is there?
No.
I think, especially during this lockdown, there's been this weird like pandemic of these. I don't like the word like the whole Karen pan thing, but it is true. Like, I don't know what it is, but they've always been around. They always have. It's that sort
They
of
all
like,
called Karen.
but
I
it's that
think-
sort of like
yeah.
entitlement. It's like this sort of entitlement complex that all those
Yeah.
these people have, where they just, it's just this weird thing that's going on. 'Cause I think maybe
Yeah.
because people aren't talking, they don't have as many people to complain to or to be like horrible to.
Some
so they just
people,
let it out on
though.
everybody else.
Because there's loads of shit I face every single day
Yeah.
that I don't talk about because it's
yeah.
just like, well, I don't need to.
No.
You ever heard of the saying, like, if you've got anything nice to say, keep your mouth shut?
Yeah.
You think are you annoyed at someone? I think, is what they've done really that bad? Was it intentional to start with?
Yeah.
And if you call them out on it, is it just going to make them upset, or is it actually going to solve the situation?
Well, exactly. Yeah.
Just
yeah.
like, but also, sometimes it's nicer just to not just keep it to yourself.
Well, a
and
lot of
vent
times
it
it's like
elsewhere.
just
But so I think
like,
some people are like that. People think they're special. Oh, I have all these thoughts. I have to speak my mind. It's like, no, you don't. Actually, sometimes you need to keep that shit to yourself because it fucks people off.
well, it's just unnecessary.
Yeah, some
Especially
people
when people are being abusive to workers, it's like,
there's
well,
no need for
it's
it.
like in McDonald's, like shouting at these employees, like, well, mate, I'm just trying to do my job here.
Yeah,
you
well,
know?
McDonald's, Burger King,
I'm
KFC,
being
everywhere.
paid like minimum wage. I do.
Yeah, because you
like,
don't know
come
where
on,
you
like,
work.
I don't have any. Why would I? Like, why would you just do that to somebody when they're not even causing you any trouble? They're just trying to do their job, and they're trying to do the job the best they can.
Yeah.
And half the time they're just like having a go at them. It's like,
Yeah.
Fuck you,
The
man.
thing
I
is,
don't
though,
know.
it's not up to us. It's not at the restaurant's discretion. It's the law
Yeah.
that the government have put in place.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If we didn't follow the law, we would have to get shut down.
Yeah.
It's really that simple.
If
Like-
it was with my business, I'd just be like, no, just go away.
Yeah.
I'll just
I
be
mean,
like, mate, just come on. I know because it's different when you work
At
with
this
someone.
at the restaurant that shall not be named at which I worked, when this was happening last night, the
I think
guy
I'm
was
just talking.
he was just shouting and all the rest of
We
it.
don't know.
And I didn't say anything because I just thought, well, what am I going to say to him? I don't really care. He's just been a dick.
They just want to get like.
He's gonna be gone in like
reaction,
5
don't they?
seconds. And I'm like, well, I'm just
It's not your
stood,
job to talk to
I
him
just stood there and
anyway.
looked at him and just like,
You shouldn't.
that's cool.
You should ignore him.
Yeah, I do know him.
You have no reason to have to. talk to
Exactly,
him.
it's nothing to do with me. One of our other employees came in though
Right.
at that moment and just started going, wear a mask or get out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh no, that's not. I can see why
I
though.
think-
'cause it is just
yeah,
like I thought,
the
you're
thing
like,
is,
It's not
like,
really
these
that person's place to do that.
I think the problem is like these people have gone through their whole lives without having anybody even question them. And
Yeah.
they need people to like if these people carry on, I think that's part of the problem. These people
Yeah.
go through their whole lives. Oh, I'm going to go and do this, and nobody's ever going to question anything I do ever.
yeah,
And oh yeah, da 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 da. I think it breeds these sort of people who just think
Yeah.
they're you know. I think it does.
yeah.
I think it does breed.
I think it's either they're just bored
yeah.
and they just want to stir up shit. They are incredibly fussy and nothing's ever good enough for them.
Mhm.
Or they're really
Or,
drunk.
well, yeah, possibly. Or like you say, they've never been told no before.
Yeah.
So, well, I mean, or a combination of those four. And they're the
Usually it's a
fucking
combination.
worst.
They are. Yeah.
When I used to work overnights, because obviously everyone's shut at 10 now, and you would get the drunk arseholes come in
Yeah.
and just expect the world to bow before them. Oh,
Right.
fuck off. Just, go and harass someone else. Is that really how you want to spend your Saturday night, mate? Shouting at some poor sap working the grill. Just like, dude,
yeah.
like, come on. This could be you.
Do you want to start our Halloween story room to keep it? Good?
Well.
This is the Halloween special.
I'm going to have to read it.
It's going to be.
It's quite long.
That
Big.
chair's so annoying.
And
We need to do
exciting.
something about that. Next podcast, because that's honestly, I listened to it back. The whole podcast
Yeah, it's
was
quite bad.
squeaking and like random noises.
You're always fidgeting.
I probably am too.
The thing is, though, you barely have to move. Like, even speaking sets it off.
No, it
No,
does.
no,
It's really squeaky.
Is that drum stool less squeaky?
Possibly.
no.
No.
I will try to
Can't
move
break it,
as
but I don't want
little as
people to see
possible while reading the story.
Okay.
I need it for my drumming.
Because it does get to like towards the middle to the end of the podcast, like. It's like random.
It really started. We
Going
even
on.
started really sitting on it with the podcast. I think it's been
I
sitting
think,
up
I
so
think
long.
it's just gradually started creaking
The
more
chair
and
was
more.
fine.
You've had it
It's
for a
a good
few
chair.
months. Yeah, but it just gets squeaky. I reckon if you oil it, it might sort out.
Yeah.
That's true.
I've been taking it apart and stuff, but.
Right. Because this is the last podcast we'll do
Halloween.
before you know, after Halloween is kind of Christmassy time, right?
It is.
Christmassy time.
I think we should record
So-
some of the fireworks though, because I've got loads.
Oh, yes. So, I'm going to read to you one of the scariest things I've ever found on the internet.
Oh no. Is it by that same
Wow.
company?
That's
Yeah.
scary.
No, oh no, not too scary. I can't handle too scary.
I don't know who wrote it, because it's all like anonymous and shit.
Right.
But basically, it's a scary story. It's a scary sort of file. But it's also a bit Christmassy,
Okay.
which I will explain in a
Yay!
moment. So, remember last time I talked about the, or the time before last, I think. Was it the time before that? I talked about the Infinite IKEA, the SCP.
Mm.
So, this is another from the SCP Foundation.
Yeah.
This is called SCP-4666.
Come here. I think.
Patience, Levi. Object class is Keter. And if I remember properly, that means it's quite hard to contain because it can teleport and stuff. So it's kind of difficult to keep in one cell. Here we have a possible photograph of SCP-4666. Click to enlarge.
That looks like the crappiest thing
It was
I've ever
recovered
That's a
from an event where it was known to be sighted. So
It's a bird.
seen. It's just a little
you know,
midget.
that could be him. Special containment procedures.
Sorry.
Web traffic and law enforcement channels worldwide are to be monitored for evidence of SCP-4666 activity, and particularly for cases of stalking or reports of anomalous phenomena involving families with young children.
Reuben, is it you?
Could be.
You're a bit weird sometimes when it comes to
I'm pretty small too.
Should
family.
a Vicenact
True.
event be suspected to be in progress, the nearest containment task force is to be dispatched to attempt containment of SCP-4666. Media coverage of family deaths attributed to SCP-4666 is to be suppressed or falsified to make said deaths appear as non-anomalous home invasion murders.
Oh, this is fake, or is this like real?
Well, it's obviously fake, it's made up, it's all fiction.
I mean, like,
It's real,
have
isn't
these
it?
killings actually happened, but they just
No,
thinking
it's just
stuff
made
as
up.
this. Okay. Sometimes
Don't-
people have got stupid conspiracies about.
Just let me read the story,
Alright,
and
alright.
then make your mind up. Forensic evidence
Don't
and
be fucking
SCP-4666-A instances collected by non-Foundation agencies are to be confiscated and witnesses amnesticized. So the Foundation have these pills that can make you forget stuff, basically.
Alright.
Description: SCP-4666 is currently believed to be a single, exceptionally long-lived humanoid entity of unknown origin. Survivors of Vicenact events typically describe SCP-4666 as a very tall, around 7'3", elderly male of European descent
There's not like 7'3" in that
with
photo.
an extreme... Yeah, but it could be really far away.
Doesn't look that far away. Looks like a bird.
Be a big tree.
Yes. Elderly male of European descent with an extremely emaciated appearance. The entity always appears completely naked, even when observed outdoors in freezing weather. Though the nature and extent of its anomalous properties remain uncertain, SCP-4666 appears capable of instantaneous or near instantaneous travel to any location north of 40 degrees N latitude. So that's around about Wales and further up north.
Right.
And possibly to any location on Earth. SCP-4666 activity occurs exclusively within a period of 12 consecutive nights every year, from the night of the 21st to the 22nd of December to the night of the 1st to the 2nd of January.
Oh.
This period is known as SCP-4666's active phase.
Too many words.
During this phase, in what are termed Vicenact events, SCP-4666 will appear at dwellings in one or multiple locations north of 40 degrees N latitude. In all known Vicenact events, these dwellings have shared the following characteristics: isolated rural location, home to a family with at least one child under the age of 8,
That's so weird.
and situated in an area with snow cover lasting throughout the duration of the event. Vicenact events consist of the following general progression. Nights 1 to 7. Children will report seeing SCP-4666 in the vicinity of their family's home.
I know
The
about this.
entity will be typically observed watching the house from a distance, such as from across a nearby field or from the edge of a nearby forest. In some cases, children will report waking up at night
Greenery.
to find SCP-4666 watching them sleep through a window.
Creepy.
Quite scary.
I swear I've seen this dude before.
Nights 8 to 11.
Oh, honestly.
You ready for this? Nights
Oh,
8
that
to
was just me.
Nights 8 to 11, yeah? Family members, including the parents, so far only the children,
What?
but this time family members, including the parents, will report sounds of footsteps coming from the roof or the attic.
You told me this before.
An extremely unpleasant odour will also frequently be noticed outside the house, or inside the
Lots
house
of
even.
farts.
No cause for these phenomena will be found. As a result, parents will often begin to suspect their family is being stalked, or even that the house might be haunted. Night 12. Over the course of the last night, one of two scenarios will occur. The first and most common is that SCP-4666 will kill all members of the family, save for one child under the age of 8,
Oh,
whom
no.
it will abduct. SCP-4666 will inflict incapacitating injuries to family members while they are sleeping, then herd them into a single room of the house where it will proceed to kill them in view of each other. The method of killing varies with the event and will typically be preceded by some form of torture, which appears to serve a ritualistic purpose. In the second scenario, which has occurred in roughly 15% of all known Vicenet events, SCP-4666 will not harm the family. Family members will report hearing footsteps inside their dwelling during the night, though no signs of forced entry will be found. In the morning, children will discover presents at the foot of their beds.
Oh.
These will consist of toys crudely crafted from the remains of human children.
Oh my god.
That's cool, man.
The criteria, if
Oh,
any,
man.
by which SCP-4666 determines the outcome of a Vicenet event are unknown. Now, before I go on further, who does this person remind you of?
Santa.
Yep. Putting the Satan back into Santa. So,
Pretty cool.
this is a list of some notable Vicenet events. The first is in an unknown village in Croatia, circa 1498. This is unconfirmed. An entire family was killed with the exception of one of the children, age unknown, who was abducted. Though specific details about the event are not available in recorded documents, it was noted that the killings presented strong paganistic elements, and that the family members had been made to suffer greatly prior to death. The archbishop who oversaw the investigation wrote that he believed the family had been killed as part of a demonic ritual.
Do they like cut like a pentagram into their chests?
No.
That's what I would do.
This story's pretty actually.
It's too much even.
An entire. Okay, this is
Reminds
in
you of childhood.
Skudunashaven. This is in Norway in 1971.
Oh no!
An entire family was killed, with the exception of the second youngest child, female aged 5, who was abducted. The bodies of the parents and 2 other children were found in the basement of their house. Each had at least one limb pulled off by brute force before
Oh!
being stabbed precisely 39 times with an unknown sharp implement, possibly a piece of bone from one of the removed
It
limbs,
should have been 666 times.
resulting in massive blood loss and death. The family members had then been eviscerated and their small and large intestines removed and cut into small pieces.
And usually let me do the story about the baby, Reuben. This is the way it works.
Oh, man.
Is it too much, Reuben?
I'm not going to read the whole thing, it goes on for ages. Okay, so, these are some of the presents that have been left. A dress made from various pieces of dirty, discoloured clothing that had been...
Stab me.
Well, yes, so, okay, right. Some of the events. Some of the presents have been left. A small wooden drum with 2 wooden drumsticks of uneven length.
Oh,
Drum skin consists of a 390 cubic centimetre piece of skin
oh, that's
belonging
cool.
to a human child,
That is pretty cool.
stretched with thread made from human tendons.
Well, actually, they used to make drum skins. Drum skins are made from skin, like human, like animal skin.
Goat skin usually.
Yeah. Why not use human? I think animal tribes have done that actually.
A wooden box containing 13 miniature human-like figurines, each 4 to 6 centimetres in height, made from the phalangeal bones of human children, tied together with strips of human tendon. The figurines have been decorated with human hair and small pieces of torn clothing. DNA testing revealed the remains belonged to at least 18 separate children.
At least he's giving some presents out, you know.
That's true.
Like he's doing all this bad stuff, but for good things. You know?
That's true. Maybe the families he killed were like actually really horrible people.
Well, I
You
don't know.
never know. But the parents could have been abusive parents, and
That's
then they
true.
rescued the kids.
No, because he
Because
kills all the
he
children
made
apart from one.
toys out of it.
Under the age of 8.
But if there's like a young kid and they love toys so much, surely what more do they want than to be a toy themselves?
That's true.
Well, it's really funny you should say that, Levi, because I'm about to read about that.
I'm just
So, this happened on the 1st of February 2018. Oh, sorry, the 2nd of January. Several SCP-4666-8 instances were discovered at the family's residence in Alaska following the conclusion of a biohazard event. Among these instances was SCP-4666-A-0960, which consisted of a crude, life-size doll made from the emaciated body of a female child, to which the following modifications have been made. A dress made from various pieces of dirty, discoloured clothing had been sewn around the body and in several places into the body's skin. The mouth had been sewn shut with thread made from human tendons, and the lips painted red with human blood. The fingernails of another child had been glued over the body's fingernails with pine resin. These had been painted red with the same human blood. 3 of the body's fingers were missing.
Oh.
The entire scalp had been removed from the head, and the scalp of another child with long blonde hair had been sewn onto the head in its place. Both eyes had been removed, and 2 large round pebbles in which eyes had been crudely painted placed into the child's skull. And the family discovered that it was still alive.
Oh, wow.
So it was taken to hospital. She was taken to hospital. The family were amnesticized, they couldn't remember anything. DNA testing revealed the subject had been Ekaterina Morozova, aged 7, a known abduction victim of SCP-4666 taken from her family's residence in Russia 2 years before. Autopsy of the subject's body showed she had been severely malnourished during the 2 years following her abduction, which had resulted in considerable stunting. She was only 90 centimeters tall. A number of scars and burns were present on her skin, and she had suffered 2 bone fractures in her leg that had not been reset and had healed improperly with her arm. 1 leg, 1 arm. Hands were heavily calloused. Cause of death was attributed to multiple organ failure resulting from severe sustained malnourishment.
How is she still alive, though?
Barely. So, she was conscious enough that people from the SCP Foundation arrived and interviewed her.
Well,
What?
I thought we did an autopsy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was after she died,
Oh, okay.
as opposed to before she died. The subject did not understand English and only spoke a language that was unfamiliar to agents Kowalczyk and Muse, who interviewed her. And recordings of the interview are currently being studied by the Department of Linguistics, as the language spoken by the subject was later found to match no known language, living or dead. Early indications are that it might be related to pre-Proto-Germanic, so it could be like thousands of years old.
That makes sense.
It implies the creature itself is very, very old.
Well, the 666 man.
Okay, so this is a log from the interview, which will be part of it. So she says, "Are you going to take me back to him?" "No, I promise. I'm just here to talk to you." And she says, "I don't want to go back." And the agent goes, "No, it's fine. You're safe now." "Can you tell me what happened to you? Do you remember the night he came to your home?" "I remember he hurt my mum and dad for a long time, and they were bleeding. After they stopped screaming, he put me in his bag." "His bag?" "Yes, he had a big bag. Other children were in the bag too. I think we go to other houses. I hear people screaming outside the bag all during the night.
It's like a sack.
Each house he put another child in the bag.
Christmas sack.
Then after the night he'd take us away." "Where did he take you?" "Underground, deep." "What, like a basement?" "No, deep. Everything earth and mud and ice, bones everywhere, everything cold." "Were there lots of other children there with you?" "Lots of children, lots of tunnels, lots of holes, but I can't see all. I can't see the other unknown word, because I don't know what it means. Too dark. My hole is with Renee and Heckler and Sasha and Paul. We make the toys together." "The toys?" "If you don't make the toys, you don't eat."
So
Don't
he
stop
kidnaps
making the
children to
toys.
make them elves. And he
Basically.
puts them in Santa's sack. This is just.
Yeah.
Maybe Santa is really like this, and he's actually horrible.
She says, "We make the toys together." "The toys?" "If you don't make the toys, you don't eat. Don't stop making the toys, don't fall asleep. Or he hurts you." "He hurts you? How?" "He hit you, or he burn you, or he bite off your fingers, or he cook you on the fire in his room and eat you." "What about, how did this happen to you? Did he do this?" "Renee and Heckler and Sasha and Paul do this. They have to." "Why?" "I get sick. When you can't make the toys, you become the toys."
That is true though, because like if you think about it,
And she
the
died.
whole concept of like, oh yeah, Santa's got elves. It is really weird. Like these slaves.
Is that not?
And also they're really small, so they could be kids.
Is that not absolutely terrifying?
It makes sense as well. Like it opens my eyes.
That whole
Inside
idea.
of the
Flashbacks
dancer.
to my childhood.
Does it?
Yeah.
You said you had an experience with him.
I did. I had an experience of something in the door, and I've had big ears. I've got elf ears too.
You had some really though.
Yeah.
I do. Look,
I can't see.
I do have elf ears.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
you do.
They're pointy.
But the thing is, though, is that it only, as far as people are aware, it only happens in houses that are isolated from other places, like in the middle of nowhere or a farm or something.
Yeah, less people to hear the screams.
In the snow during that specific 12-night period, and it will be above a certain line on the earth, which I think we're just below. So it's like, we're safe.
People surrounded
Also, we
by
live
us
in a city,
as well.
so yeah. I know
Also,
exactly.
we're not 7. I guess they killed the whole family. But...
No, well, it's only if a child in the house is under the age of 8.
Oh, we were right then.
Yeah, so we're fine. So yeah, what do you think of my scary
Picks
files?
AJ.
Very scary.
It was pretty actually. That was probably I've heard that one before, but
I thought it was quite funny. I liked the I thought the one.
Would you like to see a picture of him?
yes,
Of the
like
iPad?
an actual picture of him. Oh, is it really horrible?
Well, people do drawings of him and stuff, and what they think he might look like. I found it a particularly
He's
scary.
just like a really weird, like
a bit like AJ.
Michael Jackson type guy.
He's like Hobo Dave.
Hobo Dave. Who's Hobo? Oh yeah. Maybe you'll
You
get
really
to see
can't
what
do it
Hobo
as a
Dave
podcast,
looks like soon. Won't they?
Yeah.
Hopefully. Filthy Nathaniel.
No, which one to show you? They're all pretty scary.
Show me, like, just show us one. Oh, it's so chilly all of a sudden. Yeah, I need to do Stupid Fast Dancing.
Oh, this is a painting someone did of him.
That's not scary. Are there any better ones?
It's pretty scary.
No, I don't know if I can. Can you find a better one? It would be much more scary if he looked like a human.
Not like that.
That's not very scary.
Oh, okay. Well, alright.
Are there any like realistic ones? Like actually, like almost like a human photo,
Well, there's that
like an
one.
actual photograph.
It's a bit scary.
That is scary, but they're all paintings. It would be scary if it looked like a photograph.
Yeah, well. So yeah, that's him. Isn't he a lovely guy?
Yes.
So
That's
we're
pretty
almost out
horrific.
of time. Do you have anything more to discuss?
It's been a great Halloween podcast.
Halloween
I think,
podcast.
actually. Hope everyone has a good Halloween.
I'll be working this Halloween.
Yeah.
Well, I'll put this up to the wall.
Luckily, none of the little brats will be asking for sweets hopefully this year.
Yeah. I suppose not. So AJ, anything to add before we finish?
Around Tom. No. Yes, we're gonna be doing a Thanksgiving. I've gotten more and more tired as this has gone on. I think your stories like send me off to sleep. Really.
It's a nice
It's
bedtime
like, it
story.
is a nice bedtime story. I reckon you should do some audiobooks.
Oh, holy shit, shouldn't I get paid for that?
Oh wait,
Oh,
and
yeah,
AJ have something to talk about.
We
Reuben.
found your book reviews on Google.
Which one? Book reviews?
You've done book reviews, Reuben. You've been doing this. You did like ones really recently. We searched your name on Google
Right.
and we found all your websites.
Websites.
Yeah, you've got a book reviewing thing, and you said, "Oh, this book is very sexy" or something.
What?
Right, let me look this up. You've got book reviews, Reuben,
When
and
did
you
I
never told
say
us about
that?
them. You never told us about them. You've done,
I used to use Goodreads quite a lot, but I haven't used it in years.
but you've done book reviews. Like, when was the last one? Not long ago. So
No, don't remember.
But anyways, it was pretty funny, Reuben, because you never told us about it.
Okay.
We like found this new thing, didn't we? We were looking at it for a while, so it's quite interesting.
It was interesting. It was like something sexy, very sexy something.
Yeah, that's what you said. There's loads of weird. When we searched AJ's name, it came up with like loads of creepy stuff. So loads of like personal information. Just
Yeah,
on
that was
Google.
really weird.
It had like pictures of you like half
There's
naked.
loads of pictures of me.
Look at that photo of Reuben it comes up with.
Yeah, that's me.
Right, anyways. Matt's bra. Oh, nothing.
Show me the thing, Levi.
Who is Gloria?
I love him.
Levi, just show me the reviews I have.
Oh yeah, sorry, I
I
forgot.
love him.
Hurry up.
I love this podcast. It's so ridiculous.
Reuben Spry, you've answered 905 answers.
On what?
No, it says here. Reuben
Just
Spry.
read what it is. Yeah, I haven't used that in ages.
And then we get to the book reviews. Where are they? How did we find them?
Look, it came up.
Oh, here it is, Goodreads.
Goodreads. What have I written about? Because I haven't used this in ages, like literally years.
Oh yeah, it hasn't been. It's been a while.
Oh, well.
So I don't remember writing this. What did I write?
Was it this one? Did you say?
I think that's what
Yeah.
you were talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not what I wrote. That's the title of the book.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh.
Obviously.
It's stupid.
For God's sake.
Sorry. But anyways, it is a bit weird that you never told us about this.
What do you mean?
Oh, this is annoying. I thought we found like a
I didn't
cool
actually
thing.
write anything. There's no writing there. Just.
Huh?
These are all just books I've read. I didn't write reviews for them.
Well, it does come up with stuff like yeah, when we search you. Oh,
There's nothing really
it's
weird
really
or funny
creepy
to
how
find.
much personal information could come up on Google.
Mine's the worst for it.
Yeah, it was.
Right,
I don't know.
guys.
There's so
Some-
much personal
you've
information
done-
on mine.
I'm very
You must put it all on
conscious
Facebook.
that the recording equipment might turn off at any minute now because it's reaching a certain point on the storage. So, I think it's as good a time as any to wrap
Why
up.
not? Yes.
Yeah, so happy Halloween from
Happy
us,
holiday.
the Brutal Bros.
Happy holiday.
The next one, I think, was something to do with Bonfire Night. And from
Bonfire
then on,
Night.
it'll slowly get more and more Christmas.
Christmas Eve.
Mm.
It's
No.
beginning to look a lot like Halloween. Everywhere you go, the killings are starting to appear. The black snow is appearing.
Right, okay. I think that's it then. I think we're going to go.
Yes.
This has been
Thank you for
a
listening,
special.
guys. Whoever is listening, we
What-
hope you have a good day.
Does anyone have a song they'd like to outro with instead of the Brutal Bros?
We wish you a Halloween.
We always outro. There could be a song on YouTube. What
Did
song
we
should we outro
play
with?
your Halloween song?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, we did.
What song should we Halloween? What song should
Don't
we
get
outro
like
with?
copyright strike. I know we probably won't,
Yeah.
but like,
But we don't. But we're not any more in from this anyways.
I know. But, like,
Choose a random one from our files and play that.
it can happen anyway, even if you're not.
Nothing will happen though.
So here we go.
Like,
This is
it's
it.
happened to Rush, sister before, and nothing happened. Let me think of one.
Just choose one at random. Don't choose them, just randomly click it and then press play.